Welcome to Creative Coworking. My name is Amelia and I'm the manager here. We are a fully operating co-working space with private offices, desks, conference rooms, and public spaces. We also double as a fully operating art gallery. So we rotate about 50 local artists on 3 floors, and then every other month we feature 2 new artists in our main lobby and lounge. So this month we have Zhanna Biletska and Lundy. And their work will be up through February. You can stop by anytime, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, to see the work. And then we'll also do an extended artist talk on Saturday, February 6th. So come on by.
Zhanna, how did you come to start painting outdoors?
So in Ukraine, when I studied in art and architecture, at summer we were doing these plein air practices, painting outdoors. And when I first started it, it's very different from painting in a studio. And I love so much you being there in this atmosphere, feeling the wind, air quality, and just hearing the waves if you're by the lake, or hearing birds, and it just makes you feel this scenery, not just seeing a photograph, and see more of colors, because there's for our eyes it's much more of colors and shades and everything than just camera can show. So it's more inspiring for me, and in paintings I think it shows when it's like you inspired and you painted it outdoors than it's just in a studio. In the studio you can do a good painting too, but for me it's harder even than it's doing it outdoors.
That is so interesting. Now you come from the Ukraine. How did you land here at Creative Coworking?
I moved here to the United States 7.5 years ago, and I was doing just occasionally like plein air painting or paintings, and like about 2 years ago I started doing, or I would say 3 years ago, much more of the paintings and participating in different exhibits, competitions, art events. So I'm doing exhibit right now here at Evanston.
Some of these pieces, where are they? I know one of the pieces is Evanston. The
Yes.
Covington house it looks just like it. Just like it. So did you stand outside and actually paint the Covington house?
Yes. So most of these pieces are in Illinois area, Chicago area, and some of them Wisconsin area. The paintings from Wisconsin, they are plein air paintings from event competition in Wisconsin. Some of Cedarburg event competition and some of West Bend competition. Over there courthouse, it's from West Bend, and there another one small painting, it's from Wisconsin, Cedarburg. And some of the paintings, they are from Northbrook, from Illinois area, from Northbrook event also it was competition. It's when some people plein air artists, they are gathering for event for some amount of days. It could be 3-7 days, and then at the end they submit 3 paintings to judges, and they're after all exhibit for people to come and see, like fresh paintings already framed at the exhibit.
Question: is there a painting that has a special story attached to it of one of your pieces here?
The one of the paintings, Fall in Rogers Park, it's One day I just got locked out of my apartment, and because I have everything in my car, like for painting, I had the keys from the car with me, and I decided why I just don't go and paint instead of what I was going to do.
When did you know that this is what you want to do?
Well, I started painting and drawing at early age, and I guess I knew, like, at an early age, I knew that I wanted something with an art, but I didn't know that, like, I didn't realize, like, how you could be just full-time an artist. So I was searching, like, ways maybe I would do architecture or something, so then I studied architecture. Yeah, I prefer paintings, but I do love architecture, and like, when I see architecture, I admire it a lot when I see a good architecture.
Okay, your work is just absolutely beautiful. I mean, it really comes to life.
Sometimes you could draw from your pain, emotions, feelings, and like when I paint outdoors and nature, I would just blend with the nature. I become grounded, and for me it's like kind of a little bit like meditation. When I paint, like one period of my life I was painting abstract paintings, and I drew them like from emotions, like good or bad, but emotions, and that was kind of different. There's emotions too when I paint outdoors plein air painting, but it's like kind of connected to the nature. It's like because I observe it and I admire the beauty of it, and there's my emotions from it, not just from my pain from the past or something happened in my life.
Hi, Larry.
Hi, how are you?
Good, good. So I was checking out your work. I couldn't tell if it was painting, if it was a photograph, it was...
Right. I've had that kind of feedback before. I had a piece at the Evanston Art Center, and someone came up to me and he says, "My wife and I were discussing your work," and he says, "I think it's a photograph, she thinks it's a painting." And so one of the tricks behind this is the paper I chose. It took a number of times to find it, but it's photographique, which has a lot of cotton in it, which allows the soft areas to be soft and then the crisp areas to be crisp. So I fell in love with the paper, and so it's been fun to work with it.
You seem to have a fascination with the sky. I think you've captured like every vision of the sky.
Right.
It's stunning. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes. One of them reminds me of like the doorway to heaven.
Okay.
It does. So how did you get off into this sort of work where it looks like you can't tell if it's photography or painting? Did you start this way, or?
It began, I had separated with my wife, and I was trying to find some place to just find some peace. And I would get on my bike and go over to the lake. And I started taking pictures, and it became, I come from a gallery in Buffalo, New York called Hall Walls, and there's a world-famous photographer, Cindy Sherman, part of that. Anyway, but we did work that was considered conceptual. And so this is my kind of odd hybrid between the two. I want to take a nice photo, but at the same time, I want it to be almost from the same vantage point over and over and over again. And one of my odd inspirations was Monet, and he did these paintings of haystacks. And I'm sure he got a lot of guff for it years ago. It's like, no one's gonna buy haystacks, you know? But he showed it at different times of the year and different times of the day, and I just thought they were just, and there's, I think, 3 of them at the Art Institute. And I just found it so, and he's my favorite painter of all time, and I just think what he's done is amazing. So it's thrilling to witness his work, but in it, like I said before, an indirect inspiration to, in a sense, witness the same place over and over and over again.
So are any of these the same day
No.
And then
no.
you captured it at a different moment?
And then
Okay.
part of the conceptual idea of this is that they all have titles looking east of E-Town, but then there's a date, and that's the qualifier in a sense to show, what year, what date, I have one, it's not in the show, I took on a Christmas day, not this year, but the year before, and it looks like you're about to land on Mars. It's so red and orange and purple. And it's astonishing. So, I was like, oh my God, I have to run over there and get this photo.
Okay, so how did you land here at Creative Coworking?
We have Angela who owns it and runs it and is the most amazing person. She and I have a mutual friend, Brooke, and Brooke said, you've got to come over to this place and see. They have some great art on the wall, and I want to introduce you to Angela. And I had my first show here in 2015, my second show in 2018, and then this is my latest one. So it's every 3 years, it seems, and I'm thrilled with that. And it's just a welcoming place to have art too. I miss, because of COVID, the opening aspect of it, but what I'm doing in a slow version of it is have friends come meet me here, masked, and then we'll sit across, see the show, and then sit across the couches to talk about our lives, and the work. So.
Okay. Like I was asking Zhanna, around a lot of artists,
right.
And I love to hear their stories, and a lot of them, stem from some sort of pain or an experience that just got you off into the creative art world. What would you say sparked you?
Oh, if you get to know me a little better, you'll realize anything sparks me. I walk down the block and go, oh my God, I'm still like a 5-year-old trapped in a body of an adult. So I just realized when I was very young that I could draw, and I thought everybody could. And when I found out that wasn't the case, I was like, oh, so this is kind of cool, And then also, the other thing I do is write, and I'm actually friends with, now just turned 90, a teacher of mine, Mrs. Mulcahy, and she read to us every Tuesday, so that inspired me too.
All right. And which would you say is your favorite piece, or do you have a favorite piece, or is there a special story attached to
There are
piece?
special stories to a few of them. This one in particular, is I was getting there was a piece in the previous show where and it's similar to the piece that's above the doorway of a cloud being hit by late afternoon sun, just isolated. It went through the trees, and I lucked out timing wise. And I just also waited for this cloud, and then it came in front. I came above. So this one was, I came there to get the sun hitting the waves, and I was late. And I went, oh, and I went, wait a minute. This is pretty cool unto itself, So the pink, the late afternoon sun hitting the clouds, just kind of like, wow, I love this. This is beautiful. So, and it's also a very turbulent day at the lake, so that was fun to catch as well. And especially now during this pandemic, and any time, open your eyes and see the world. Look at it. Instead of we're always in a hurry, and I think that's one of the sad parts is and now I'm semi-retired. I just lucked out and did Batwoman last February, and so we shot outside, and we just before we had a rally of 1,000 people at Daly Plaza on February 23rd. So I feel we lucked out with that and got it done. So, but so just basically keep your eyes open and cherish that you're here, because that to me is the most amazing gift we've ever gotten. So.
Thank you, Larry. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Yeah. Yeah.
We look forward to your next. Do you know where you're going to be showing next?
No, but I have 2 global projects that I'm working on, and one of them is called My House is Your House, and it's basically, I did a drawing years ago when I moved to Evanston. The house, it was people said, "Oh, you're moving out of the city and far away," so I joked about it. Was like I did a drawing of what I call Pluto, and it's a white house with a picket fence around it, and it's a planet. The only thing on the planet is this house. So I thought I'll take away the fence and then ask people around the world to submit pictures of their houses, and have shows. And the whole idea would be to raise money for refugees and homeless people. So, but also get the idea of home, which is just so core to us, you know, to, in a sense, make an example of that. And then the other project I have is to get an Airstream trailer and put a brain graphic on it, and I can send you pictures if you want. And then just do a survey ahead of time and then ask people, how do we make this a better planet? Because I think we need to know that soon. So, but anyway, so it's that, the dream machine is basically asking people, you know, what brainstorming, if you will, how do we make this better? So those are my two goals. So.
All right. Okay, thank you so much, Larry.
You're very welcome.
All right.